Today I'm going to talk about. Oops. I'm going to talk about my separation anxiety because I've been having separation anxiety episodes, for 2 weeks now, and I just wanted to share things that have helped me cope, you know. And some of you might not know what separation anxiety is. Well, it's a type of anxiety that makes the person feel like they can't be alone for a long time. Separation anxiety is when a person can't cope properly with new things in their life. For example, a new school. It's hard for someone to adjust. It's hard for someone with separation anxiety to adjust in a new school, or to a new set of friends when something happens and then you get a new set of friends. It's hard to adjust, or a new lifestyle. It's leaving the past you and adjusting to this new lifestyle. That's what people with separation anxiety have difficulty with. And another symptom of separation anxiety is when someone can't be alone for a long amount of time. Me, I feel like when I'm alone for a long amount of time, I feel like I'm gonna die. Honestly. But, I'm still alive, so like, I'm gonna tell you the things that have helped me cope with these episodes of separation anxiety. There are 4 things, and well, the first is listen to music that makes you happy. Music that's not what you always listen to, but makes you feel a certain kind of happiness, or like music that makes you feel like a kid again. I've been listening to Disney songs. I've been listening to Disney songs. I've been listening to Pitbull. I've been listening to the party songs that my cousins always play at our house before, like Daya, to Coldplay, Daft Punk. I've been listening to those things, and you could listen to an OST of your favorite movie. Listen to The Greatest Showman, the OST of The Greatest Showman. That helps me. So just listen to something that makes you feel like a kid again. The next tip is, it's kind of like tip number 1, but watch something that makes you happy. Watch something that makes you feel like a kid again. So I watched recently, I'm not finished yet because I went to school. I watched it in the morning and then I had to go to school, so I went to school. I watched Cars recently and it made me feel better. Yeah, actually it made me feel a bit better. Watch iCarly, watch SpongeBob, watch The Sweet Life. Watch anything that makes you feel like a kid again. And sorry, it's kind of shaky. Okay, I won't move that much. Okay. Watch anything that makes you feel like a kid again. Yeah, because I feel like when we are reminded of that feeling of being a kid again, we remember that the world isn't after us. We remember that feeling that the world isn't after us. So I guess that's why it helps. The third tip is, it's kind of ironic because they're contradictory. Dalawa siyang method. The first is, I'm not sure if it's catastrophizing or decatastrophizing. It's like thinking of the worst case scenario and trying to make a solution for it. So nalaman ko yun. I found out about that in the YouTube channel called Anna Psychology. I guess you should check her out. She talks about mental health and psychology, so that has helped me. Catastrophizing or decatastrophizing, an example is, well, for me, I can't be alone for a long amount of time. And my sister, she doesn't really, sometimes she goes home late because she has training, and you know, I'm alone. So I think, like, what if my sister goes home really late and I feel the panic attack coming? I think, like, okay, she might go home late, but at the same time, you could call her, tell her, can you go home? I'm kind of feeling a panic attack. Or you could call, or I could call my mom, because she understands greatly what is separation anxiety. She doesn't understand fully, but she really makes an effort to understand greatly. Like, what can I help you? What can I do? So I could call my sister, I could call my mom, I could call my sister to go here, I could call my mom so that while I'm waiting for my sister, or I could, watch a movie, I could listen to something happy, or I could read a book that will make me be sleepy. I could listen to Joe Pera. He has a podcast, and his podcast's main objective is to just make you sleep. So that's great. And I could think about the next day. The next day I'm gonna meet my friends in school. So it's all gonna be okay. Think of the worst case scenario. For me, maybe it doesn't look like the worst case scenario for people who don't have separation anxiety, but for me, and for people who have separation anxiety, it's one of the worst cases that could happen, probably. But that's it. And the next tip na, siguro 3.2, is, it's contradictory, but look at yourself in the third person. Medyo same na medyo hindi, pero look at yourself in the third person. For example, for me again, she's here, she's seated, she has her table, she's doing stuff. She could be like reading, or she could be like answering homework, and she's okay. She's healthy, she's safe, she's in a building where there are guards who are kind and do their job well. She's in a city where her parents could drive if ever something happens. They could take the shortcut, like pay a bigger toll, but get there faster. She has food, she's safe, and she has parents who could, or people, or guardians, who could go to her if she ever has a really an emergency, So I think of that, and I think like, oh yeah, I could call them if I really get a severe panic attack. And then the last one is, I always say this, but it's true. Don't isolate yourself. Reach out to people who you trust. A thing that my therapist told me before is to never isolate yourself whenever you're feeling these things. These things like episodes of separation anxiety. Don't isolate yourself. I know that it might feel like when you're spiraling, when you have that anxiety attack, when you get that panic attack, you don't want to talk to anybody. You just want to stay in your circle until you fall asleep, or you get tired of crying, of panicking. But that's not the way to go. Don't isolate yourself, especially if you're prone to SH. Don't isolate yourself. Reach out to people, but at the same time, be emotionally, physically, be sensitive. Ask them, hey, I'm having an episode right now, and I would really want someone to be with me right now, but I want that someone. But if you are not emotionally or physically capable of being with me right now, I respect you and it's alright. Ask them first if they're ready or if they're capable at that moment. And if they're not, it's okay. Respect. Because a lot of people are going through some things too. There are other people also who are willing to be there for you. You just have to reach out to them. I know that there are people who are willing to be there for you. Okay? You just have to reach out. And yeah, that's it actually. I've been feeling these things that I've said have helped me a lot, but I don't want to end this on a negative note, but I haven't really overcome this feeling. It never really dissipates. It's still there. I could treat the symptoms, but it's always gonna be there. But the good thing is, we can cope, and these symptoms could be smaller and smaller each and every day. And that's good. We can get happier and happier every day, each and every day. The burden gets lighter when you're with people, you know? So don't isolate yourself. My friends, they send me posts sa IG na nakalagay, the friends, the burden gets lighter when you're with the people you love, the people you trust. And it's true. It's really true. Ulit-ulit, but that's it. And that's the good thing about it. That's the good thing about living. And yeah, this is such a long video, but I don't really care because I hope this helps someone. I really do. Yeah. Okay. Bye-bye. Thank you always for listening. Bye-bye.